Lasers and Leaders with Loretta Tway. Here we will be talking all about laser and light while growing your curiosity in the business side of the aesthetic industry and the incredible humans in it. My name is Loretta, dermal CEO, and owner of Dermology found throughout South Africa. I am proud to lead a multi-award winning brand, train professionals worldwide, and represent South African excellence on global stages. I firmly believe that we keep on learning every day. So come join me, let's learn together and smash those biggest dreams one after the other. Welcome back to Lasers and Leaders with Loretta Tway. I am so excited about all the feedback and support that we got for our first episode. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Today, we are going to be talking about the evolution of dermology. You've heard now what happened before, how I got to dermology, and sort of that's where we ended the last episode. So, the truth in the whole matter is that dermology is made up of a team of like minded, highly specialized skin and laser specialists and administrative teams and support teams. And it's not just one person. Dermology would have never been where it is today if it was not for every single one of those very key members in our teams. And I'm so extremely grateful for everybody that's in the team, outside of the team, the mentors, the people we're looking up to, the continuous learning and educating that's taking place. It is a whole matter of growth and wanting to learn, wanting to be better, wanting to smash goals. And it's just exciting to be part of this whole new setup and generation of dermology. So how dermology started was in Sciton in Johannesburg in 2013. You know, that's when I joined the company as they opened their doors. And from there, over the next few years, we moved to another site, also in Sandton. Many of you might remember we were just across the road from Morningside Mediclinic Hospital, and that was sort of February 2016. The main key factor for dermology and our growth was that during 2019, around there, we started to really niche into laser and light. We realized that laser and light is something that dermology does really well. And we started over the years to become very well known for the results that we have been delivering for our patients. Word of mouth got really big for dermology in our area, but also outside of Johannesburg. We had people starting to fly in from various provinces in South Africa, and then later on also international. And this really started to show that for me as the clinic manager at that time and the team in Sandton, that we should really start looking into our laser and light protocols and focus more on it. I'm also a very firm believer of finding your niche and finding that thing that you really do well and make it even better. And then finding other specialists around you and collaborate together. And then we are able to offer the best formula to our patients to get to the result, which is at the end of the day why we are here, right? Now, we started to niche into laser and light. And if you follow me online and all the dermology pages, you know we are a little bit obsessed with Sciton's laser and light devices. So back then, we still only had two Sciton devices, and the one was a phototherapy platform, the BBL, broadband light, first generation. And then the other one was the Joule platform, also one of the earlier editions or generations of that platform, where we offer wavelengths such as 2940 nanometers, which is the erbium, and then 1064, which is ENIAC. And I love wavelengths, talking wavelengths and lasers and physics. I'm a very, very big laser nerd. So, going on in later episodes, we'll absolutely delve into some of that. So, if you want to maybe pin those kind of things, if you're also on the same WhatsApp group with me. Fast forward, 2020 came and we all did what we did. We went into lockdown, and this was a time for me specifically where I really looked at the recipe that we've got and everything else. We were all pushed to now think outside of the box. How are we going to make our businesses work if we can't touch people's faces? And if we can't touch skin, how are we going to do this? Then online stores started popping up everywhere. Social media sparked, and everybody had their social media accounts now. And we were grateful that we've already had our social media platforms running previously. So we really then had to relook on how to make it better and what to do to get that word of mouth online more and to really increase the traffic through those platforms. Through 2020, that happened, and the moment we were allowed back on site and slowly and surely started to get back into operations, lifelong dream and goal of mine started to evolve. I think this is also a year where everybody sort of looked at their lives and what do they want to do, question, and really just want to step up. So I was absolutely in that era of I need to take that next step. I need to go after my goals and dreams. And from that very first episode, that my goals and dreams were to have a business and grow that business and the people in that business. So, excellent leadership, healthy leadership, a loving leadership with that business and growth in the aesthetics industry. And now, up until 2020, I've niched into laser and light, and I have Sciton as my preferred laser and light devices that I love creating results for my patients. I had incredible humans in our team here in Sandton, everybody like-minded, also ready to grow. And so in that February that next year, I became the very proud CEO and owner of Dermology Sandton. At that stage, we were only just the one branch or the one location. And this was an absolute turning point for me. I felt ignited. I went into the next gear and I truly believed that the world is my oyster. And after having conversations with everybody in the team and finding out, where's everybody's heads at, what do they want to do, what are their goals, where do they see themselves in 5-10 years time, it quickly became very evident that everybody wants growth. Everybody wants to grow. Nobody wants to stagnate. Nobody has that idea of doing this for a few years and then stop working or not really knowing what they want to do. We really sat and discussed all of this. So it became clear growth is the theme word here. And when you look at Dermology and the whole rebranding we had back then, you will see plants everywhere. You will see growth and life everywhere in Dermology. And this is what it represents. It's the growth of the Dermology people in our teams. This is what we always have at the forefront of our goals and dreams. So then a little bit forward into 2021, the very next thing happened, which is what I've been dreaming about forever. And that was to open that next branch. So Dermology Winelands was then born, but do not make any mistakes. Dermology Winelands did not just happen. It was probably well over a year of me and my mentor, my family, my teams, looking at various places where we can go. And yes, I did find a place and we had negotiations and then it completely fell through. Listen, if I can tell you now, I think I did mention this in the first episode, it was not fun. I was not happy. I felt like a failure. I felt like it's not going to happen. But then just a few weeks later, there we are. We found the perfect place where we could bring our niche to in the Cape Winelands, and that was inside Valdivia Estate with Revita Health. And we kicked off our very first branch of dermology in the Winelands. And the Winelands is a very special place for me. I grew up in the Hex River Valley, which is close to Paarl, where Dermology Winelands is situated. And I went for my studies at Isaac Carstens in Stellenbosch, which is also in the Winelands. From Dermology Winelands, we kicked that off then. And something I really want to mention here is also in the light of growth is in our team and Dermology Sciton, there was Lisa, and she was then at that moment the right candidate to move down to Winelands. She took her stuff, she moved down to Winelands for a whole month while we employed a permanent provider for Winelands and had her here up in Johannesburg and trained her up for a while in all the dermology protocols using our laser and light devices. So Lisa then started up Dermology Winelands for that first month and getting all our patients in there, showing a whole new province what dermology is about. That was extremely special. When she came back then to Johannesburg, that sort of mindset and the growth mindset continued within the team. And later on, that following year in 2022, we then opened our third branch. This is located in Pretoria with White Lies, Dr. Bianca, and it is absolutely thriving. When we opened Dermology Groenkloof, I knew we had to get somebody extremely special, talented, goal driven, dedicated, hardworking. And I can just be grateful that my paths crossed with Angelique. Angelique then joined our dermology family. She also came for training in Dermology Sciton and also get trained up in the dermology protocols using our laser and light devices. So today, they are the forerunners of Sciton's BBL Hero and Moxie protocols and procedures in that whole area. And that's what I love about our teams. It's not just coming up with problems, but presenting solutions as well. I always encourage all of us, if anybody has anything they're struggling with or they're wondering about or they think we need, let's not just think about the problem, but we will also think about that solution. And if you can't think of that solution, we will definitely be able to think of a solution together. And that's what we do really well at Dermology. So quite quickly then, Dermology 4 was born, and this was then in KwaZulu-Natal in Ballito. Now, Ballito is quickly already almost turning 2 years old, which I am so proud of. We were flying up and down to KwaZulu-Natal countless times, finding that perfect spot for Dermology Ballito. And once we got there and we found our spot, we secured it and set it up beautifully, truly Dermology style. Lisa took all her stuff. She moved from Johannesburg to KZN 2 years ago and never looked back. And they are doing an absolutely fantastic job there in Ballito. And we have grown a beautiful dermology community over there as well. Another beautiful growth story I want to tell you about is Teresa. Teresa started many moons ago at Dermology. It's possibly close to 7, almost 8 years that she has also joined the family and grew in her skill as laser specialist and specializing in the Sciton laser and light protocols that we have here at Dermology. And over the years, then finally became Dermology Sciton's clinic manager. I am so proud of every single person and their journey in our brand because they've shown a lot of dedication and loyalty and hard work to the brand. And this all resulted in where they are today within the brand. And I'm looking forward to see where their journeys is still going to go. What we have now been seeing is we see our dermology patients are traveling. Our dermology patient is not just staying in one place. And what makes it so beautiful now is we can see our patient in various locations throughout South Africa. And the one big thing that was born from branching out and the growth of dermology through South Africa is that we quickly realized that even though we are in various locations of South Africa, we're not just this tiny team anymore in one location. We're now in various locations. Communication is absolutely key in this setup. And this also then results in everybody staying aligned with the protocols, with the service that we deliver, us celebrating your results with you. You know, if you're a patient of ours, you know we celebrate. We love to celebrate all the wins. From this whole growth setup, something that became very clear that we had to do is communication frequently. So to this day, every Tuesday morning at 9 o'clock, the whole dermology group comes together online. We see each other visually. It's a requirement. And we then discuss the week's progress, the wins, the losses, the cases we've dealt with, everything. And that is the whole team. And we just ensure by doing this that we stay aligned so that we can consistently and continuously present our dermology patient a quality service and continue to just grow that beautiful reputation of dermology that have been growing over the last 11, 12 years. And then to stay on the dermology's evolution topic, yesterday I announced that dermology will now be opening in Cape Town. Dermology 5 is officially launching in 2025, and this has been again a lifelong or dermology lifelong dream of mine, again going to Cape Town. Being from the Western Cape myself, I have a whole bunch of family and friends who lives in that area. And it just made sense for dermology to go to Cape Town. We've heard it online, we've heard it countless times. And remember, I just told you, our dermology patient travel, and a lot of them go to Cape Town. And a lot of you've asked us, when are you coming to Cape Town? So finally, here it is. Dermology will be launching the 5th branch soon in Cape Town, and all the details will still be announced. But again, I want to tie this episode up by saying none of this would have been possible without all the people in dermology and our mentors, the people we're looking up to that held our hands throughout this whole journey. I can only be grateful for this journey that we've walked over the last 12 years. And I am extremely excited for what is lying ahead for us. This is a complete step up for us as the other branches are fully in growth process consistently and continuously. 2 years ago, we also doubled the space and the setup for Dermology Sciton. Dermology Winelands also tripled their space. And then most recently, Dermology Belito also doubled their space. But then also our dermology patient. Your continuous support and dedication to our brand, your friendliness, your kindness, your love is all in our recipe to our future growth and success. And I'm just so thankful for it. That is my episode for today. We got a little bit deep there, but if you know me, that can sometimes happen because my heart is completely overflowing with gratitude and with love for every single human in my life, part of this brand that I poured my heart and soul and every single hour and minute I had available into this. And looking back at the journey and where we are today, how can you not? How can you not get a little bit deep sometime? Thank you again. And I promise from here on, every week, you're going to hear from me.